Good afternoon and welcome back to the Dead Chicken Cooking Channel. I'm trying to talk loud because this part of it doesn't show up very good in the films. Today we're going to make a soup that was very popular when I used to have my little restaurant in Saskatchewan. This was basically a favorite of almost everyone. It's called Hamburger Veggie soup. And I have already given you the recipe. And now I'm going to show you what I put in it so you'll see for yourself. But I am not going to cut it all up in front of the camera for you because that would be way too long and boring. So first off, we're just introducing the soup, and then we're going to show you what goes into it, and then we will show you the finished product and maybe something along the way. Okay, here we are back again. This is an example of the spice that goes into this soup at this point. And then I go out in my yard and I have this growing at the moment. This is parsley, oregano, some basil, cilantro, and thyme, which I'll chop up finely and put in. And then instead of regular carrots today, I'm using up these ones. They need to get used up, so that's about how many I'm going to put in just to use them up. And then of course the garlic and the green onions. And this is the size of the onions that I put in, usually 2 of them. And then of course the potatoes. And my very favorite, these are already diced, so it makes it quite nice and easy to put this in. And that is put in near the end, along with the macaroni. So we're going to come back again and show you it as it's cooking, and then show you our finished product.
Okay guys, so we're just going to put in the ground beef, and we're just going to take it out here. Boom. Like that. Take out that. Okay, now we're just going to chop it up pretty fine here. As you can see. Then after we cut it up fine, we're going to cook it till it's basically brown. Okay guys, so this is how we want our beef to look when it's done. Then we're going to drain it and drain the fat out. Then we're going to put in our soup.
Hi, we're just putting the hamburger in that Nash browned up for me here. And as you can see, we use a sieve to drain it, and we just drain it into a glass jar to get as much fat as we can out of it. So there we go. It depends on what size of a package I have, how much goes in there. I like to put a little more than that in, but today, well, this is all we had, so it's got to do. Okay. Hi. I'm back here just to show you my soup as it's boiling away here. In a few minutes I will be adding the carrots, the macaroni, and the tomato, and it will be all done. And I will show you a little picture of that when that is finished as well. Hi, just to show you a little trick that I use when I'm chopping out potatoes. First I cut them in half that way, then I cut them in half again, and then I just slice along here. And I like to have fairly large chunks in my soup, so then I just go like this, and I cut them up, and it basically cubes them pretty well to the size I like. And it goes quite quickly. So I'll do one more here. I like using a little knife because I'm scared of cutting myself. I am a very, very klutzy kind of person. If anybody could cut themselves, it would be me, so I'm very careful. There, that's how I do that, and then I just put it into the soup that way. My hand's a bit wet. Okay, there's my potatoes. I already put in some, and that's all chopped. I like to have a very chunky soup. That's why I don't chop them really fine. Some of them get smaller than others, and that's how I do it. Now I'm going to add the macaroni. which I can do in a minute on camera when I go get it. And then we'll show you it when it's all cooked and ready to eat. Hi, we're coming down to the end of this whole soup thing. Thank goodness, because it's a very hot day today. But at least I won't have to cook tomorrow night. So I put in 2 cups of this and probably another half. Last one I made, I put 3 cups and it was too much. So there we go. And then I just stir that and let it come to a boil and cook. The potatoes and the macaroni cook. And then once that's all done, I add the tomatoes and then it's ready to eat. Okay, we're down to the final stages. I'm just putting my can of tomatoes in there, which is what I do last so it doesn't get all pulverized. And I'd say this is almost ready. I'm going to let the macaroni just cook maybe 2 or 3 more minutes and it's good to go. And then I'll put it into serving bowls. We're going to eat supper in a few minutes now. Getting hungry. We are just showing you the soup now that it's all finished. And I'll ladle some of it into the bowl. And this is usually a very nice soup to have with homemade biscuits. I can't talk. But tonight I'm not going to turn my oven on because it's probably about 90 degrees in here already. So this is what the soup looks like when it's all done. It's a very nutritious and very chunky and lots of good stuff in it.